Hello. So let's talk about scheduling and focusing your energy. So I've been talking with a lot of women in this community, and there's a consistent theme coming up, and it is all around overwhelm, time management, and focusing your energy on the tasks that need to be done. And here's the thing, like, this may feel intensified given the circumstances around us, right? So we all know, like, there is no pink elephant in the room. We are experiencing a pandemic with coronavirus, and the scheduling and overwhelm and lack of focus is likely exacerbated. I love that word. It just means intensified, right? It's just increased because now things are changing, right? Like, you may be doing your work from home. You may be temporarily, unemployed. You may be doing your work from home and your husband or partner is sharing the space with you, and you may have children around, right? So there are a lot of very intricate parts to this circumstance right now. And if you've always struggled with scheduling and focusing your energy, it just is probably feeling harder, even harder for you right now. So let me come in and help you, because you're not alone. I have the same thing. I struggled with it for a long time. You might have heard me talk about, the to-do list that I had for days, right? It's like, these are things I'm going to do. And then whatever I didn't get done would move to the next day. And that would never help me out. Like, I didn't get everything done. And that led me to this fairly consistent feeling of overwhelm. Now, what I know is happening in the collective right now, whether it's in your scope of awareness yet or not, is that we are in the process of breaking down the patriarch and the masculine energy that is rewarded in our society. So what does that mean? It means that we all are, woman or man, conditioned to work hard, play hard, do more, get more. So there is a triangle, if you will. Excuse me, I don't have charts, right? But just imagine, if you're a visual person, you're looking at a piece of paper, put a little triangle, a little T-square, right? One side's masculine, the other side's feminine. Masculine traits include, oh my God, I lost my word. Masculine traits include productivity, results oriented. They, like action, right? Like doing, putting forth effort. So that's an energy, right? Feminine qualities include allowing, receiving, and kind of a more fluid energy, like a give and take, right? Like an ebb and flow. Now, both of these energies live within us, whether we are male or female, whether we resonate as or connect with, no matter how we identify with ourselves, masculine energy and feminine energy live within us. And we need both of them, because that is how we work in the world, right? There is a time for us to move forward in action, results oriented fashion. There is a time where we will lean back and allow. Now, what I found in my own life was that those two energies were very out of balance. And I'm moving forward, I will use the word disharmonious, not a word, but out of harmony, okay? And why? Because I grew up, as most of us, most of you did, most of us did, believing that I always had to be doing something. And if I was doing something and I got a result, then I was valued, right? So if you do the job and you get it done, you're somehow rewarded for it, right? Like in pay, in accolades, in some way. So underneath it all, there is a root belief in most people who identify as female that we need to be doing something all the time in order to be valued, which is not true. But it's part of our being and it's part of our societal upbringing. So in the bigger picture of coronavirus and COVID, what I see happening is that the idea of doing more is coming in and feeling even stronger as a reaction to the dismantling of the structure out around us, right? Like small businesses having to shut down, people being unemployed. You know, the external structure of our world is set up to perform and get results. When that starts to fall away, then we are invited to come into ourselves. Before that, of course, but this, what I see in this bigger picture of coronavirus is this mandate in most places to stay home is asking us to go inside and find the stability and structure from within. Now, I've talked about this before, and I will continue to talk about it because part of how I have gained better balance in my life and in myself is through my menstrual cycle. Now, if you're watching this and you either A, don't have a menstrual cycle, you are pre or post-menopausal, or you're on the birth control pill or some sort of form of birth control, you are still a cyclical woman. Like we as women and those who identify as women are cyclical. It's in our body. It's just the way we're built, which is why living in the do in the 8 to 5 world can be really challenging sometimes because you might come up against this feeling in your body that's like, oh, I have to push through, or I'm not really focused right now and I don't know what to do because I need to get this thing done, right? So there's more to that I'm actually teaching in my Know Your Flow program, and it's a small group program, 10 weeks long. There's more deets to follow, but if you're interested, reply to this email and I'll tell you more. But for now, what I want to say is you have some control over your internal structure. And it can begin with simply creating a container for your energy and creating a committed schedule for yourself. So I shared this last week, but I'm committed to my personal yoga practice, teaching my classes, and showing up for my private coaching clients. So those time slots are in my calendar. I wish I had it with me, but I don't. It's in the office. And they are written down and they are highlighted in their appropriate color. So that is the structure. There is some structure that I hold in my day that helps me get things done. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes I'm totally out of control and I have a hard time focusing myself. And when that happens, I turn to two things. One, I either go outside and take a little walk with my dog because that instantly clears my mind. Or two, I sit in meditation. Now, if meditation is not your jam, don't worry. I have a 5-minute free meditation. You can go to my website, lenadolter.com, grab it, or you can simply set a timer and maybe take a little nap. So that's what I advise. And that's like one simple way to start to hone in your internal structure because the body informs us. And when you know your flow, that's what I call it. When you know your flow, right? My program, Know Your Flow, and you know your internal rhythm, then you have additional information on how to best manage the projects that you have going on in your life. And depending on where they are in their season, their cycle, you can maybe start to play with where you're putting them in your calendar. And again, I go into greater detail with that inside Know Your Flow, but I just want to let you know that you have a lot of control over not only how you feel, but over your energy. And when you get a container in place, you have so much freedom. And so that's what I'm leaving you with today. It's a little longer video, but I feel like it's necessary, and I'm happy that we got to connect. I will see you later, and have a good day.